Ready?
Okay.
Is it live? Hi!
Hey, what's up, everyone? And welcome to another edition of Was It Really That Bad? We actually have 3 people, and we're all in the same room.
If you can
Definitely
count.
not
Yay!
social distancing today.
Nope.
The Astonishing Melanie,
I forgot to.
the Amazing Amanda, and the Uncanny Omar.
This guy. Yep.
Yeah, that dude.
There's no question.
Yep, you get a full body shot of him today, except for the feet. So...
But the knees are missing. That's the best part.
This is not the full body experience. Granted,
Oh my
that is a Patreon level $5. So today we're talking about. Hopefully y'all can hear us. We haven't
yes,
had a
can
chance
you hear us? Let us
to test out the
know.
mic.
Yeah.
We are talking about Superman.
Man of Steel.
Yeah, see that a lot of you have already viewed your opinions or voiced your opinions on the chat already.
And
about
one
the
of
movie.
those, if you don't mind highlighting, is this really good question right here from Blake Kenny. And he's asking, who said it was that
Yes.
bad? I think most people agree
That's
that
good.
it's one of the
It's
best
not subtle.
DCEU movies, top half at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
So, we went with the 3 lowest rated Superman movies, and that's Superman 3, Superman 4, and
this one.
Man of Steel. Because I really thought Superman
Returns.
Returns was going to be rated lower than this, but as it turns out, it has a higher rating than this.
Yeah,
movie.
and I looked it up. Superman Returns with Brendan Routh in 2006, Kevin Spacey, had a 72 on Metacritic, 76 on Rotten Tomatoes, whereas Man of Steel has a 55 on Metacritic and a 56 on Rotten Tomatoes. So clearly, one of them resonated with the critics, more with the fans, and then vice versa. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. So, spoilers, was it really that bad? No, I like this movie a lot. And I don't know why it got a lot of hate from the critics, really.
You already spoiled most of the
Spoiler,
episode.
that's it. I've been...
Well, I'll say I thought it was okay. It was okay.
There you go. There's
It was
our rating. What did everybody
It was fine.
think?
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
So, how's everybody in the live chat doing? Hopefully, you guys are doing
Philippines.
great.
Yep, we got
Mr.
the
Wilson
Philippines.
from the Philippines.
All the way from the Philippines. Thank you
Good
so
morning.
much, Mr. Wilson.
Yep. And
Oh yeah, we're not.
Philip,
This
yes,
isn't
we are not
No.
supposed to sing.
Kind of really genuinely forgot.
We've got
Like-
underwear on.
Yes.
That goes a long
I mean,
way.
because you were
Alright.
over here watching
Yeah.
the movie, and then
And I was over here. So, and Rob, I don't go just by Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know if they're a shill for the MCU, but Metacritic also has a higher rating for them as well. And IMDb as well.
It's like an average of what we took. So
Yes.
why are you guys not distancing?
Oh, Michael.
Michael,
Technically,
Don't tell my
our state, we
Oh, it's
can
10 or less.
congregate 10 or
10 or
less.
less.
So we've already hit that match.
so we
We've
can
already
have
hit
an
that.
orgy of 10 or less people.
Yes.
Good to know. Write that down, baby.
Are the girls outside?
I hope
Yes,
so.
they are.
Okay,
Thank God.
good.
Yeah, and hopefully we're not looking down the whole time. The camera's really up here, but we're to get us all in here. We're doing this.
They get the technical.
They get the
aspect. They're
technical.
smart
I hope
people.
they do.
Why not wearing masks?
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
I guess I could go get some masks, but it's not the type that you all want to see.
You want me to get my
Stop making us
Avengers?
feel bad.
Do you want me to get my Avengers mask? It'll be very muted this entire conversation. I have to go
Just
through a very lengthy summary of this film, unless you guys don't want me to.
Whoa, let's talk about this film. Amanda, what happened in this movie? Who's the
All right.
director, writers? Do your thing.
All right, so Man of
Everybody
Steel.
set the clocks. Set the clocks, everybody.
Actually, I'll get another beer while you... Go ahead, summarize
Okay.
it. Summarize it.
That's not my beer.
That is definitely not social distancing. if you
All
drink
right,
it.
so
Okay.
Man of Steel came out in 2013, starred Henry Cavill as our titular Man of Steel, Superman, aka Clark Kent, with a huge, wonderfully, lots of Oscar-nominated actors. We have Russell Crowe playing his father, Jor-El.
Mm-hmm.
We have Michael Shannon playing General Zod. Amy Adams, who's always been robbed of her Oscar so far, as Lois Lane.
Robbed?
We've got Diane Lane
she's
as Martha Kent. Martha. We have Kevin Costner making appearances. Jonathan Kent.
Yes.
Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White. I mean, Chris Maloney. Okay, not Oscar nominated, but SVU
He's
quality.
been in Law and Order and in Oz.
And Richard Schiff playing Dr. Hamilton from West Wing fame. So there
Toby.
are Toby. I got very excited when I remembered
She
he was
got
in here.
really excited about that one.
So there's a lot of actors in this film, I'll tell you that much, right to start. Film ended up making about $291 million domestically, so did fairly well. About, I think, 600, a little over 600 mil worldwide.
Okay.
When all said and done. So maybe not Avengers level, but
I mean, what is?
yeah, what
Avengers
is? I mean,
was
when
the
you're
number
talking,
one movie for a long
it's very
time.
hard to beat those things. So this movie is another origin story, I guess, for Superman.
Yep.
So the first,
Sorry. I'm just going to put Paul Baker's up here while
Remember
you're
this
telling
movie?
that.
Superman floated around a Roman metropolis that he helped smash up, and thought that kissing Lois was more important than helping thousands of people scream. Yeah, that's pretty much in a
That helps
nutshell.
you.
That's what Amanda was exactly.
That's what I was gonna say. Was in a nutshell. I mean,
You
I
stole
could
her
have.
thunder, Paul.
Yes,
Baker.
thank you, Paul. I could have gone on about the 20-minute segment on Krypton and watching Krypton explode, watching General Zod try to take out all of the Kryptonian leadership,
Yep.
but still end up getting sent to the Phantom Zone, watching Clark get sent off to Earth, and then maybe skip ahead to what we have is a bunch of flash forwards and flashbacks. First, we get a present day of Clark Kent.
Which we both enjoyed. The
Yes.
flash forward, flashbacks.
Flashbacks.
And
Yeah, it's fun.
that was good.
Yes, of Clark Kent, drifter man, on the, not on the run, but just kind of drifting and helping people as a mountain man in maybe Alaska. Was that where he was?
Yeah, it was cold.
Okay, it was cold. It was in one of those northwestern areas. And then flashback during titular moments.
That's another
to...
titular. Melanie, what does titular mean?
Maybe that's not the
because
word
it
I'm
means
looking
something
for.
else to me.
It does.
yeah.
It means something
I mean,
else
poignant
to it.
scene.
So there's a couple questions from some of our fans that don't live in the U.S. Yes, you did say titular. They were asking if the quarantine was over here. Most
No.
states have their own rules. Like I think most
Yes,
states.
so it's not by our nation has some standards, but each governor of each state kind of sets their own rules and regulations.
We're at phase one.
We're in phase
3
one of
phases.
reopening.
Mm-hmm.
So
10 people or less.
10 people or less can gather.
Wear
Here in
masks when you
Kentucky.
go to the stores.
Yeah, if we're out in public,
Public,
we have to wear
wearing
masks.
Work. Yeah.
Work. A lot of workplaces aren't open yet. And when they do, I think June 15th, a lot of places will start to open up, but 50% capacity or something like that.
We're family, so the virus doesn't affect family. You can't catch it from family.
Don't
right?
spread false news like that. I was about to ask where
Your family's safe.
Yes.
I don't trust where she's been.
Yes, Jesse, say what? Texas is
Texas
open.
is
My
open.
husband's stationed in Texas right now for the military, and they've been open for a little bit. So he's been doing his normal thing or trying to do normal things.
Like strip bars, when are they open?
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh, that's woo.
They're
That
gonna
ain't
be all
until
looking
next
like
year.
Mortal
No.
Kombat chicks dancing up on stage with their mask on.
That's what he was saying.
This is what the U.S. is. Yeah, that's the U.S.
I'm just
mentality
kidding. I'm
that
just
Melanie was.
kidding.
Yes. That's exactly what
Vermont
she's...
is slowly opening on stage. I think it depends on how your state did to begin with.
Yes, and our
Yeah.
state was, our governor was very
Good.
quick to
Yeah.
make sure to shut everything down, to put us in kind of like a state of emergency. He's getting a lot of heat for it apparently, and getting burned in effigy, but we don't have as many deaths and confirmed cases as other states, so I think he did something right.
All right.
Okay,
so let's
so,
talk about Man of Steel.
Well, we start talking about the COVID.
Right.
and
I
I've
didn't
been
expect this to
drinking.
be a commercial.
He goes back and forth.
Yes.
Flashbacks. A lot of times when he's
I'm gonna
unconscious,
freaking
he has a
choke the
memory
life out of
flashback.
you.
And then
And
what?
we have a lot of flashbacks of him as a child discovering his powers. The first very poignant one, that's the word I'm going to go for, is when he's like 5 or 6 and he's at school and
He's trying to see his teacher's titties,
He's
and
not
he
trying
tried
to
too
see her
hard, and he
titties.
sees her intestines, and he gets freaked out, like any other 5
exactly.
or 6-year-old kid.
So, and then there's other scenes in between here where he has to save that busload of students when he is a teenager or a budding teenager.
And the stop sign flips out before they go over the edge. That was
I don't think I
so
have
funny.
any of those to show you. So
Oh my God! How many did you download?
I download a lot.
She
of
spent the
gifts.
whole movie getting gifts.
Yeah, she goes out of her way for you all.
You'd
Yes,
laugh.
I do.
You'd laugh, and we're like, "What's funny in the movie?" Oh, it's the gift. Okay.
Exactly. So while all of this is going on, while Clark is away from Smallville, basically as a drifter, just helping people. But again, you know, when news comes of some superhero type character with super powers, he kind of has to leave, right? He's going and drifting through all these different cities, and he's been working as like a
busboy
busboy for a while. But during this whole thing, they also have Lois Lane, and she is a reporter for the Daily Planet.
And she's the smartest woman ever.
That's what Omar likes to remind us
I
all.
was like, damn, this bitch is smart. Like, she figured out Clark Kent was Superman like that.
Oh, here's the scene this is the scene where the guy punches him.
Okay.
So this is when he's a busboy, and that guy punches him, and nothing happens.
You really like that.
Yeah.
I see that.
So, at the same time, Lois Lane is doing a story, and she is with the... I'll just kick the comments right there.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Don't look at Omar, man. Don't look at that.
Look
I
at
am
that.
trying.
I know, it's hard.
Technically, I'm looking at the screen and watching myself the entire time.
This is all she
Because
does.
I'm shallow.
And to look
She's
at you
shallow.
talking, I'm just looking right there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So basically, he and Lois meet when Lois is on a trip looking at, I guess, a story that the military is on this base in somewhere up north.
Let's go and say Alaska again.
Alaska, somewhere where there's a lot of snow and ice. And her and Clark at the same time are both finding his Fortress of Solitude, aka the ship that I guess was was Jor-El's at the time.
Yeah.
And so
that landed on Earth
that
18,000 years ago.
But Clark did not
What?
land on Earth 18,000 years ago. So
I'm just going to put stuff up while you talk. Keep going, keep going.
that's true.
That's a good point, DBZ All-Star.
Two Robin Hood actors and Superman's dad.
That's a good
Very good point.
one.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, you're fine.
Continue.
Yeah.
I'll just put
So,
stuff up. Keep talking.
basically, Clark goes in this place, he activates the ship, and gets to meet a hologram version of his father, who also has, like, some kind of AI sentient technology that he knows he's future Clark Kent.
Yes.
Or Kal-El. And because Lois Lane is here, she ends up getting hurt, and he saves her cauterizes her wound with his heat vision. And that is their first meet cute that they have.
Me Q. I learned what that was last week.
Yes, Canadian Invincible.
Omar, you should use this in your movie. Your
Dick
movie script.
Splash
Dick
is
Splash.
now my favorite.
Dick Splash.
Thank you, Zack Snyder.
Is that 90s? Or is that just like made up? I've never heard that, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
This is what the cool kids were saying back
yes.
then in the 80s or 90s.
Oh yeah.
Amanda Summer is longer than the
Amy
movie.
Adams. Oh, Amanda.
Grace
You're
Cheap
not
American
ready.
Hustle
Okay.
was...
Making you forget that she was Man of Steel.
She did a really good job of that. She's one of those actresses who has been nominated several times for Oscars, yet has never won one. Yes, I know.
Like
Sorry,
Leo
Canadian Invincible
DiCaprio?
Comics. Yeah, he'll win one event. Or he won
He
one
won
already.
one.
Yeah, he won one already. All right. So, to keep on with the story. So,
What happens?
what happens? Let's
Amanda wrote
see.
pages. Y'all are seeing that.
Yeah.
These are her notes.
So,
Behind the
basically,
scenes.
he gets a speech from Russell Crowe, basically reiterating...
Not Russell Crowe, his dad,
His
Jor-El.
dad, Jor-El.
Russell Crowe, the actor, would be really weird to get a speech from.
Would it be?
Yeah, it would.
Wait, but however, Russell Crowe is like a mentor to Henry
Cavill.
Cavill.
Yeah, I can't remember which movie, but I read it.
Okay, good.
And then
behind the
Russell
scenes,
Crowe
Melanie.
was jealous of Henry's body.
Well, everyone's jealous of
I think
Henry's
everybody
body.
can safely say that.
Anyway. So,
Yeah, anyways.
his dad gives a speech.
Yes, his dad gives a speech that his dad basically gives a speech reiterating everything we just watched in the first 20 minutes of the film, which is the destruction of Krypton and what General Zod was trying to do. In case everyone in the audience had forgotten what had happened the first 20 minutes of the film. And he talks about Superman, or Kal-El, needing to be a symbol of hope for Earth. So my question was, did he take him to Earth to be the savior? Well, that's another question for another time. So basically he flies the ship off and leaves Lois Lane with the military men. And she writes this story that Perry White believes is too outlandish to be true. And she is a credible Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. She should not be publishing this. So she goes on her own hunt for the truth of this Superman.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and she ends up going to Alaska, which is where he's headed, and finds out that.
She already said that.
Oh, you said that? Okay, fast forward to. She found out Superman
your
was.
editor.
So she eventually tracks down these stories of people being saved all the way to Smallville, Kansas, where Pete, who was saved by Clark Kent when he was a teenager, he was a bully to Clark Kent, but then Clark Kent saved his life in the plane crash. Did he own the IHOP?
I don't know. I like the fanfic.
No, he was at a dealership. He was at a
not in my fanfic. He owns an IHOP in my fanfic.
And so so basically she finds out who Clark Kent really is right off the bat. So there's no need to pretend.
Oh yeah, he saved the bully, but not his own dad. But anyway, you know.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a second.
People, but not his dad.
Dude, what the hell?
Yes. So after she finds out, around this same time, we also get to see how Kevin Costner's character, Jonathan Kent, has died.
Do the gift.
Okay, I got the gift.
All
Which
right.
one? Which is this one right here.
So he dies because he's stuck. No, that's not the right. Damn it, Amanda. That's not the right
basically,
one.
they live in Kansas and a tornado comes
That's
because
Chris
it's
Evans.
Kansas. And what happens is Jonathan Kent's trying to save all these people and get them underneath
You're
the
just
bridge.
going to let this play the entire time?
Yes.
That's the real
That's
one.
the real one. And all Jonathan Kent wants is to protect his son because he believes that if people knew the truth about Clark Kent, that they would reject him because he's an outsider and he's clearly not.
I'm keeping an eye on the chat this week because I can't keep looking over there.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Put it on your phone.
So, as he's trying to rescue people and get them underneath the bridge, he tries to rescue their family dog, which is not Crypto. And
Thank you, Screaming Figure. Amanda likes to talk with her hands.
And what happens is Clark goes to try to save his father because he kind of hurts his foot, and it's really bad. And he stops, and that's what that GIF is of him stopping.
Oh, him
and shaking his head. Do not save me. Let this happen.
With his hurt foot, he's like, "There's not a tornado behind me." I'm like, "Oh, I can't step on it." Anyway, that part was silly, but
and. I did it.
Improved the movie.
Thank you. You're right. Every movie should.
She cracked up the entire time for like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what are you
just
laughing?
looking at that GIF. So that's how Jonathan Kent died because he could have saved his father and he didn't. But it's not really his fault. It's really his father's fault. I guess it really is his fault because his father trained him well. I'm not really quite sure. Either way,
I think it was Martha's fault. You gotta blame the woman. You know, she didn't say go save your dad.
It's true. She just watched him die.
Agree with me. That's a stupid argument.
So eventually, around the same time, while he's still in Smallville, Zod has escaped the Phantom Zone with his crew, and they send a message to Earth. And they basically are saying, we want Kal-El. Of course, no one but really Clark, his mother, and Lois Lane knows.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at the comments.
You guys are awesome in the chat. My wife is cracking up. We're listening to you. We're listening to you, man. Go ahead, do your thing.
I'm going to try to wrap this up. Okay.
All right.
So he wants Kal-El, and he wants them to bring him. He wants the Earthlings
because
he has the codex of all of Kryptonian DNA in him or inside, whatever. Okay.
How are they gonna get it out?
Good question.
Let's fanfic that.
Let's fanfic that.
How is Zod gonna get the Kodak out of?
So Kal-El? Of course the military and everyone goes after Lois Lane because she has been doing her investigating and she's been planning this whole story
that
she decided not to write last minute. And Perry thought it was a good idea, but because everyone knows about it, they come after her, the military, and because of that, Clark decides to don his new Superman outfit, which is really the outfit of the House of L, and
the S stands for what, Melanie? Nope, not you.
No.
Oh, dude, the chat already said hope starts with an H.
Okay. Who said that? Because that's brilliant.
I don't remember.
Not in Kryptonian.
Oh, no, don't. I'm almost out of this beer.
I have to drink every time we write Martha in the chat.
I wanted Martha in the movie. I thought she was awesome. And
Diane Lane is always awesome.
I know that's not reasonable. I just
it was probably too.
The director's cut with 20 more minutes of Martha. Oh, and they can connect it to Batman versus Superman.
Let's see here. Zod was in a race against time to collect the Codex before Cletus Cassidy, Marvel, and DC present Absolute Martha.
That sounds actually cool.
It does.
Well, that's the premise of Absolute Carnage.
So
That's why he's
I'm
taking
nerd
over
shaming you
everybody?
for not reading.
That's why he's
Absolute
taking
Carnage.
over everybody?
Yeah, he wants the
Oh.
codex, not from Superman though.
So can someone go on thesaurus.com and look up a synonym for hope that starts with S?
Sure.
Okay. So,
What?
in the meantime, Superman decides he's going to work with the military and
English
surrender
teachers
himself to Zod. So they decide to do this, and for some reason Zod wants Superman and Lois Lane to come on his ship with him. And then he explains how he got out of the Phantom Zone, basically, when Krypton was destroyed.
Those Phantom dick ships are awesome too.
The Dick ships were wonderful. And he explains...
I mean, seriously, you cannot help but see that. Why didn't they change it?
it looks like a dildo. Yeah, it looks like it does.
I guess they just...
I don't know if it looked like a dildo. Not any I own.
Aw, thank you,
Wrong
Michael.
ones.
Better when they were all together.
My mom's already had COVID, and I've already seen her, so I think I'm good now.
Wait a minute, we ain't seen
not
that
see
bitch.
her.
Wait a minute.
Well, yeah, I saw her like this weekend when she picked up my daughter, but she tested negative twice, so we're good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only reason
Have you
why.
been tested? No, we'll talk about this later.
Talk about later.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
he
can't find
basically
any S words.
really okay. So yes, S for hope. That's an interesting way to put it. So
In Kryptonian, guys.
yeah, maybe it's the language. Maybe there's a
Cheerfulness, sanguinity.
sanguinity. There we go. That's
Stay
what the S stands for.
Stay focused, Amanda.
Superman, sanguinity.
All right, so basically what happens is what's going on is General Zod wants to basically remake Earth as the new Krypton, thereby destroying all of Earth.
All of us.
Yeah, all of us. And of
Terraform.
course, and terraform, yes. New fun word that we rediscovered
nope,
today.
not new. Not rediscovered. New the whole
Lydia
time.
did. Lydia asked
Knew the
what
whole
that
time.
mean, and I explained. And I was mad the person in the military said, "What does that mean?" I was like, "You're in the military, you don't know what terraform means?"
Well, and I said it depends on the branch of military. Amanda, is Omar holding you hostage?
No.
I've got plenty of white girls down here hostage.
That's probably true. Okay, so, then we have this, scene where...
Where are we at, Amanda? Come on.
I'm trying to think it up.
They're
Okay,
fighting.
so they end up getting into a big, massive
You gonna
fight.
leave that up the whole time?
Yeah.
So we call for help? Alright, go ahead. Do your thing.
Okay, so basically he wants to remake Krypton on Earth, and of course Clark's not okay with this. This leads into a big fight. In the middle of all this, Lois, who is on this ship, has the little Superman key and reunites Russell Crowe's AI, and
Yes, it was.
The AI helps Lois escape, basically. And so then the AI informs...
That was a cool scene with
That was a
Russell
cool
Crowe. Like guiding her and telling her
Still
where
not
to
sure
go.
why she was on that ship.
Yes. That was one of my favorite scenes we were talking about, but there's no reason. They didn't even give a throwaway line. Why is she on this ship?
Why is she on... Why'd they need her that badly? They
Don't
didn't
make
need
it
her.
such a MacGuffin.
They
At
didn't
least
need
try.
her there. They
Let's
didn't
try.
need her. Yeah.
Like,
I get why the
we
military
need to...
needed her.
I don't know. Like, even studying humans wouldn't make sense. He doesn't care. He wants to...
No, he
terraform
just
the
wanted...
Earth.
all he wanted
But
was Superman,
why?
so...
Anyway.
So, basically this leads into a big fight that starts in an IHOP, and ends in Metropolis, and meanwhile the military has come together to try to destroy the world engine, right?
Yes.
Or you're
Okay,
looking
yes.
for us?
Yeah,
for
to make
Because
sure
we
us
don't
the
know
world
anything.
engine.
No,
You guys
I
are
do,
both
world
right.
engine.
Yeah, world engine.
All right, and so big fight, one leads to another. Lots of destruction. Lots of little cameos. Wayne Enterprise, LexCorp. I can understand why Batman's so pissed. What's this?
Man, lean back and show us your armpits if Omar's pussy. Man,
I was doing that a lot yesterday.
I'm not one for kink shaming, but that's a really awkward request. I'm into weird shit too, brother.
So after almost the near complete destruction of Metropolis, General Zod is finally within Superman's grasp, and General Zod basically like, if you don't kill, one of us has to die, and I'm gonna kill all the people on Earth if you don't kill me, and basically creates a stalemate. Therefore, Superman has to kill Zod, and he's upset about it because he cries, and he has a moment where Lois Lane comes in and holds him, but then it immediately cuts to a really lighthearted, funny scene.
Yep.
Of the general,
Which you didn't appreciate.
and his little private coming up in the desert.
His little private. The general and his little private. That's the best way you
and
can
his
describe
little
that scene.
private said that he was pretty hot.
Yes.
Superman was pretty hot. So. And he agreed. He went.
Why do I let you do these recaps? Okay.
So we'll probably get to the end later. That's a big part.
Choked him that one. I love those Ezra Miller jokes.
All right, so to wrap things up, there's, he basically tells the general, like, you don't need to be following me. You don't need to try to find where I live. And he's like, well, what if we don't know if you turn on us, on America? He's like, well, I grew up in Kansas. And then he still decides to don his Clark Kent disguise and go work at the Daily Planet with Lois Lane. And he strikes this fantastic smile right there at the end.
Wow.
And
so happy.
so
He's
beautiful.
funny.
You downloaded 1,000 gifts. You better use them all right now.
And therefore ends Man of Steel. Was that recap good enough for everyone?
Wow, that was the quickest recap you've done. And this movie was 2.5 hours long.
It was.
How did you do that?
There was a lot of fighting.
There was a lot of fighting.
The last part of the whole movie was mostly fighting. So,
Smile of steel.
it's a damn good smile. All right, Melanie, Omar, what'd you guys think?
Well,
I'm gonna take a second break,
and
I'm gonna start doing some meat gifts while y'all talk.
What did you like about it, Melanie?
Martha, click on this girl. What's that chick's name?
She was awesome.
Yeah, I really liked her fight. The little thing between her and that one military dude.
Super hot too.
Ancha, yeah, she is.
She was a cool fighter.
She was. She has not been in anything here in America since.
She wasn't?
No, I looked her up.
She wasn't in like Flavor of Love or anything.
I
like
liked
Not the same
Lois and Clark's chemistry together.
Okay.
I think they did a good job with that. I guess
think
I should
so,
say
too.
the actors, not the actors.
Yes.
The
Their
hell of a
characters' name.
Zoom What is that?
I don't
That's
know.
when
The World Engine is?
yeah, he was saving her from the World Engine.
Oh man, I'm getting
was
seasick
sucking
just
them
watching
in.
that. Okay, wow. I don't remember that.
And I mean, obviously they didn't get to spend a lot of time together. So I think the moments,
Yeah.
to throw in there. So somebody mentioned earlier about the kiss. Instead of saving thousands of people, but
It was
romantic.
a weird, yeah, it was a weird kiss to put in there. I didn't get the sense that they were. I guess he clearly had a thing for her, and I guess she had intrigue for him.
Yeah,
So
I think
I guess the kiss made sense. Yeah.
I like I like Kevin Costner and the son bonding, like him saying, his son questioning the fact, like, why did God do this to me? Why did and then Kevin Costner's character Jonathan Kent's telling him, well, you came from space, right? This you have a real father out there, and he mentions it one time, like, I don't want to be special. I want to be your son. And Kevin Costner assures him, like, you are my son. And I think that's a really good moment. Like, a lot of people that are adopted probably feel like that. Like, that's a wonderful moment. So
Yeah.
and it's Kevin Costner. He always kills it.
Especially in
awesome.
Field of Dreams. I mean,
Good.
God. No,
Dances
wait.
with Wolves.
Back up. I'm not saying he did a bad job. I'm just saying I don't like the movie.
I can't believe you don't like
Yeah.
Field of Dreams. That's
It's
dude.
boring.
That's 2 strikes.
But-
Starman and Field of Dreams. You go one more.
Oh my gosh.
So, Michael Evans says, fun fat, Henry Cavill
Fun
weighs
fact.
400 pounds. And that is still 400 pounds I wouldn't mind on top of me. So, there you go. And this is a fun one
like
for...
doing what? Like laying on you?
Yeah.
To hug you, right?
You gotta,
And
like,
Mikkel
push-ups.
texts...
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Yes, fun fact, Gal Gadot is supposed
Yeah,
to be... Yeah,
we saw
actually,
that.
Melanie looked that up and we
Is
found
she-
that out,
is she-
too.
Michael,
she was in
if that's how you pronounce your name.
Good.
How do you pronounce your last
Last name. I don't want to mispronounce it.
Because I have always mispronounced Texeria's last name. He's an artist for Marvel and DC Comics. I've always butchered his last name, but just out of curiosity. All right, so yeah, Philip. She doesn't like Field of Dreams, right? And Starman. That's 2 strikes. 2 strikes.
I just remember watching it with you and your brother. We made fun of you.
Yeah, they were like, this movie. My brother, who's gay, was like, this movie's gay, and I'm like, what? Oh,
But
man.
I'm glad. I love you because you are inspired by it.
I
How about
love
that?
Field of Dreams. Anyways, whatever. I'm done talking about Field of Dreams.
All right, so it's a long
Sorry
E.
about this.
Emond.
No, that's not the same Michael that he was asking.
What?
No, not.
But thank you, Michael.
I thought that's the one you had up. Okay.
Taxar.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Taisara?
Ty.
Amanda, help me out here. You and Melanie are the English majors. English is my second language.
That's not...
Tessira. Say
Yes
or
or
no
no?
if we got it
Are
right.
you fucking Elvish? Like, what are you?
Tessera?
Thank you, everybody, for saying Field of Dreams is a classic.
What is it?
Somebody mentioned Robin Hood as well.
Oh,
It
yeah,
has
Robin
both-
Hood.
Oh, come
Prince of
on.
Thieves.
Yes, Prince of Thieves. With this has nothing to do with Man of Steel, but
Oh, no.
Alan Rickman.
No.
Oh, Alan Rickman and the butt shot when he's taking a bath.
It's almost a Portuguese name. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Awesome.
All
Thanks,
right,
brother.
so, do you want to know what I thought about the film?
Yeah, we did.
I don't really
Yeah,
care what you
go
thought
ahead,
about the
go ahead.
Yes, go ahead. What did you like about it? And
What
then we
did I
can talk
like
about the
about
things
it?
you didn't like.
I really liked Henry Cavill when he had a beard. So, like,
Yep.
this is not a bad look for him.
Oh my gosh, where'd you find that one? That's
This
not
is
in the
also,
movie.
that is...
How many pictures of Henry Cavill do I have on my
For him.
computer now?
Can you show the shower one again?
Yeah, that is a fantastic...
Wow, and he's just not in
Can we not show me next to Henry Cavill like ever again, please? It's not fair. Like, that's Hollywood hot. I'm Kentucky hot.
I mean, that is...
Kentucky.
Oh, that is... Yeah, anyways.
You're from Peru! Are you
Oh, yeah,
saying
yeah.
you identify with Kentucky now?
I've been here too long.
Michael, like, let's get back to Amanda's Henry Cavill. He has awoken something in me. Yes, you're right.
He has
I
awoken
have
something in
turned
me.
Omar the Computer.
Oh, let's face it, guys. It's always been a lot. Spinning image of Omar. Thanks, Lantern Matt. My dude. I bet you can't keep up with my comic book knowledge.
So what
Exactly.
what I liked a lot about the film, I remember seeing it first time in theaters and thinking I didn't like the dark tone of the film because we had talked about this, like, Superman is supposed to be like this symbol of hope. I always like him to like we even talked about it like when we read Identity Crisis, and they mentioned him being a Boy Scout, right? So this darker tone where he like goes off and is a loner and a drifter and he gets bullied constantly. It just, didn't seem to me very Superman-esque. And then when they change, like they go from him killing Zod immediately to this cute little like aftermath where he's having this conversation with the general and then the girl laughs and giggles and says he's cute. I was like, that's just a really weird tone shift for me.
Is this what you liked or didn't like?
Well, no,
We're talking about the things
it's like
we liked
both.
so far.
I know, but it all kind of ties in. So at first viewing, I remember seeing it in theaters, and me and my husband, I was like, I'm not a real big fan of it. But watching it today, I appreciated the film more, I think. I think Henry Cavill makes an excellent Superman. Not just because he's super attractive, because he is. I mean, yeah, he's good as Geralt of Rivia too. But he is just, I think, has the build. Okay, I'm gonna keep going on about his body, so maybe we just talk about.
No, by all means, please continue talking about Henry Cavill's body because that is what we are
How
reviewing, right?
about how does he deliver his lines?
I think he does a good job
Yeah,
delivering his lines.
You can tell by his body language, which is perfect. I'm gonna change it a little bit. I love John Williams' score in the original Superman movies, the Donner movies, right?
Yeah.
But Hans Zimmer's score is just as good.
It's
I think.
beautiful.
It's so wonderful.
And I
It's
think
perfect.
a number of people in the chat before we even started an airing had mentioned the soundtrack being one of their favorite things about this.
It's really pretty.
I think it's
really
wonderful.
pretty.
And there's some great shots in the film as well. Some great shots by Zack Snyder. I think that was so I think that was good as well. I liked Amy Adams as Lois Lane more here than I did in Batman v Superman. And that could just be the movie itself,
You know,
right?
you can say versus, right?
Oh.
Because you're just like you're kind of like Batman v Superman.
Oh, Henry Cavill all day long.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm
Jason
not
Momoa is awesome,
but he's just
but
not
I like
for
him
me.
lankier.
Yeah, I need that lean cut.
Yeah.
Lean cut. Yeah.
You ain't gonna ask anybody else, Rob. What I think. Just gonna ask the ladies.
Wait, what did he say? You're right. It is. They're totally different body
they are.
types, like completely. One is super jacked and one is not. I can't explain it.
Okay.
Paul Baker has an interesting. Where is it? Right here.
Yeah.
I have trouble with Zimmer's score on re-listen because it's all attached to such not Superman scenes.
Oh.
I feel like much like every one of his movies that when he collaborates with Christopher Nolan, his score is part of the movie the entire time. Like any movie they've ever been together associated with, and I know that Christopher Nolan didn't do this movie, but Zimmer's score is played throughout the entire movie. It feels like, and it felt like that here too. And I wonder if that's because he uses it's almost like a clock rhythm that he uses for his music.
He got a bunch of drummers, world famous drummers, and invited them to not ad lib. What's it called?
Did you look that
Yes! Don't give away my secrets!
I was like, wait, what?
I read IMDb the whole time. He was a lot.
I love the flight.
Anywho,
Like,
so,
the flight score
add
was
their own
awesome.
flavor to it.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
there you go.
And I mean, I think that's important. I mean, we can't expect to use these same themes for every superhero just because it's, How'd y'all feel about the suit?
Needed the underwear on the outside.
Nope, I like it.
Nah,
I
it was
liked
good,
it.
man.
I liked it just fine.
Yeah, I
He
think
looked
was
good
cool.
in it.
He looked good in it too, yeah.
Yeah.
Metatronic. Thank you, sir.
Man, I can't get okay.
Oh, here's one for you. So Gal Gadot or Linda Carter as Wonder Woman?
Gal.
Wait, I was gonna say, are you thinking about it?
No, but I had a huge crush on Linda Carter.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got her
know
mistaken
that.
for Linda Blair last episode. But, man. Gal, man, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like, not, you know,
Trump, you're right.
she's small framed. I never thought of her as a Wonder Woman, but she grew on me.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Well,
What were the
what
bad?
do we-
What did you not like?
I'll jump in and start the conversation about the ending.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I may not get a word out.
Okay,
Okay,
I
so
like that.
my first reaction is that from his body type.
True.
My first reaction about the ending of him snapping his neck is self-defense. Like, he's saving the world. He's saving those people.
Yeah.
So to me, when it's terms of self-defense, you kind of just go blank and you just do it.
Yes.
Right? And of course, mourn it afterwards, which he did for like a split second.
First one second, because
Well,
they
that's
had to
the
quickly,
However,
because it was already 2.5 hours
so,
long, they had to get
like,
this over.
you were saying the Superman, the symbol of hope.
Yes.
Hope.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, but he was put in that situation, like, and somebody said earlier, like, knock him out instead of snapping his neck.
Well, yeah,
something
that's
like
what I was
that.
thinking too. Yes.
But you have to use as much force as necessary to save your life or the lives of others.
Did he try hugging him?
He was
Like,
hugging
sometimes
him.
you gotta hug it out,
Hugging
man.
him. So to me, I thought, I appreciate the ending, and of course, you could
Yeah.
write a different story, and
That's
therefore
my
wouldn't
boy.
have that ending and have hope.
Exactly.
Oh God!
Poor Ezra Miller.
But so after that, I was fine with that. The like you said, where it just jumped to him being okay. Like, no,
Yeah, that was a
I like
weird
Lois
cut.
giving him hope that you have to do these things for self-defense and to save people, but that doesn't mean that you made that choice to kill people. You're still doing
yes.
the right thing.
I-
And that they would have pursued that, I bet you it was cut. I bet you they filmed something.
One of
They
the
might
biggest,
have cut.
that was one of the biggest arguments when this movie came
Oh,
out.
100%.
Was why would Superman ever kill? Superman doesn't kill. He stands for something, and I think probably most people see that from the Christopher Reeve movies, right? Like
Yeah,
they,
of course.
They see that as a symbol of hope. You do whatever it takes. Without killing, whereas in the comic books, Superman is killed.
But,
He's killed Zod.
If
Like in the
if
comic
there's
books.
nothing to do, if you know.
No. I know. I'm just
If you
saying
d-
the biggest
No,
argument is that.
I'm saying
like,
right. I'm saying to the people
Like they were
that
used to.
you're making up, or that you're speaking for.
Freddie
If there's
has a good
nothing
one.
else you could do,
Yeah.
then you got to do what you got to do. He should have asked to make
Yeah,
out.
that's a good.
Yeah, it stops all fights. Awkward rejection, no eye contact, or very
I know,
nothing
Gerald, that was
seen.
Right,
Hardcore.
absolutely.
Thank you, Freddie.
That's where I was gonna start with the hugging. That they try to hug it out first. But I think a lot of people had issues with like Batman was already dark. We don't need another
And I think
dark
that
superhero.
is the issue, yeah.
We
That's
need-
why I like the Superman better, because he.
And I think that's why a lot of people
he had
like
troubles.
Yeah.
It wasn't everything was roses and daisies.
Can you
he had
highlight
troubles.
Jesse's?
Speak
Christian's?
truth.
No.
Oh.
Jesse. Yeah, that one too. My man, Jesse. He killed Zod in Superman 2. Yeah. Well, sort of, right? Like, he let him fall.
Yeah.
He could have saved him, but he was like, that's just too much trouble.
Oh, Philip.
Yeah, this
That's
is
a good
I have to agree with you there, Philip. And that's another thing that I think we talked about. I'm sorry, Jack. Yeah, was where Jonathan Kent was just gonna just let me die. Like, but even Clark, like, really, who are you? Like,
I had a big issue with that, mainly because I refuse to believe that. Okay, if Jonathan Kent in this version of Superman even said you're not allowed to ever show your powers in public, but you just saved the bus when you were a kid, like, it's your dad.
yeah.
Like, you go and save
Don't
your
even
dad.
listen to him. Because,
Fuck everyone else.
Yeah.
Go save your dad.
And then he's saying, well, if people are watching and there's another situation, don't save them. Don't give away your power.
And that's just...
What?
Then go move
I
to
can't
the...
imagine that'd be Jonathan Kent's, like... It just seems weird to me that would be how.
And we never got to see his headstone, right? Like, did it read like he died so stupid because he wouldn't let his son go and save him?
No, it was like that big.
It was
Right, 'cause they're
tiny.
poor.
Because they live on a farm in Canada.
That was one of my biggest
They're probably
issues.
really suffering now.
Really, that was probably my biggest issue with this movie because I've enjoyed a lot of it. I enjoyed all the fight scenes. I thought they were done so well. It reminded me, like, I remember I mentioned it again. I was like, this is like a live action anime, the way they're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the kind of stuff I've been wanting to see. Because this, I mean, you got to think, this predates Endgame and Infinity War.
Yeah.
And to me, I think the special effects were on point.
Yeah, we
on
got,
this.
I
They
think,
were
Thor
great.
Dark World the same year as this came out. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 2013.
This is a way better movie than
This
Thor.
came out in June. Thor came out closer to, like, November, December timeframe.
Can you highlight Candace's comment, please?
We are so alike. I was just about to.
Okay, I feel that without Watchmen and Rorschach, I have to say that, by the way, from now on. It's part of my
Are you talking about
NMC
for, like, the
comment.
movie?
We never see a darker Superman story
Because
like
of the
this.
Watchmen movie?
Well, that was what Snyder directed, right?
Yeah, he directed that, yes. Mm-hmm.
And people had issues with that movie, and I thought it was... To me, it was as good as Watchmen before the TV show.
Before the TV show.
Was as close to Watchmen as you can get in a film version. But,
Yeah.
Matthew liked Dark World, see? Matthew, did you also like Ragnarok, or did you like
Dark World's
better?
one I want to go back and review for this show. That and Iron Man 3
Well,
with Omar.
I liked it too.
Let's put those up. Maybe we'll do the worst rated Marvel movies again next
Yeah.
week. So yeah, these are not, when we put these polls up, they're not worst rated by us.
By critics.
But by far, yes, everyone should hate Catwoman. Like, there is no reason not to hate Catwoman. Amanda, play the gift.
Play the gift. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Play the gift.
Play the gift.
Play the gift. Oh, I was just Kale's point. I wanted to point out really quick that same as Dad would have been a great moment for character development.
Yes. It would have been.
So here you go. You do.
No,
the
you're
gift.
fine.
I mean, but that's a small gripe, really. It's not that big.
This is all that
it's not
Omar
like
wants
special
to
effects.
say.
Like, yeah, there it is. Oh man. Yeah, like, yes, that movie, absolutely, I could watch that all day. Can you highlight The Great Iron Man?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to answer you the same way I did last time, brother. Where's the beautiful Maddie? She's at her beautiful house not watching crappy movies.
Yes.
But you know what? Superman, Man of Steel was not a crappy
She
movie.
said
so I enjoyed
definitely
it.
make sure she's on if we do one of the Batman.
Yeah, she'll be joining us for Batman.
What? Howard the Duck will get multiple streams. That movie awoken things in me. I didn't know what sex was until that movie.
All right. We'll have this conversation later. I can't judge. I didn't know what sex was until I watched that weird episode of Smurfette where she becomes blonde Smurfette instead of
Wait, did she
brunette
start?
Smurf. Yeah,
as
Gargamel
blonde?
made Smurf. I'm not
Yeah.
talking to you about this.
No, she started right.
Once we can find a blonde wig and blue paint.
No, she started it. Never mind.
Oh, very funny, Lantern.
So Maddie's watching Man of Steel. Oh, The Losers. That wasn't that well. That wasn't liked either. I remember that. That's got Chris Evans. It's another movie that he's in.
Chris Evans.
Really? Yes. My boy Jack Pierce. Really? Yes.
Yes, we know.
Release the Eddie Murphy cut of
Ooh,
Mulan.
that would be
yes.
fun.
Yeah. Come
No,
on,
they'll
man.
never do it.
Yes, we need it.
Uh-oh,
Chris.
this is a good question. Okay, Martian Pilgrim. Speaking of Dark World, Amanda, Melanie, and yes, Omar. Chris,
Pikachu.
oh God.
Chris Hemsworth's personality or acting.
I
with
met Chris
Henry.
Hemsworth in person, and he is a literal god.
I met him in person, and he
But-
looks like a plumber. So
No,
I'm
he
like,
does not. No, he really does not. I'm not kidding you. He looks like an actual, like, that man is perfect.
you haven't met Henry Cavill.
No, but I will say Henry Cavill. You know why?
No,
because
no, I
that
don't know.
man loves fantasy. He loves Lord of the Rings. He loves The Witcher. He actually is a fan, so I'll go Henry Cavill.
Melanie?
Omar? No, I
it's-
already said.
What did you say?
I chose both. Chris Hemsworth's
You can't
acting
choose
and
both.
personality with Henry's body.
I'm gonna go with Henry Cavill's a fan of fantasy and Lord of the Rings, so I'm gonna go with Chris Hemsworth. He seems like a cooler guy.
You're a jerk. Anyways, so Man of Steel. I mean, overall, it's a good film. There is not a lot wrong with it. It's not. It's definitely no Catwoman or Daredevil or anything like that. Are there little issues with certain things, like my issues where the cut from one tone to the next? Yes, there are those issues, obviously. But at the end of the day, I think the acting is good in the film.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the story, for the most part, holds up.
Yeah.
And I think they have some great action sequences in the film as well.
Yeah, so I don't know why this movie... I mean, if you're going to vote the Superman movies...
We almost should have watched both of them and compared them.
Like, Superman... I maybe too much action is what I was going to say, because it is 2.5 hours long. But can I really complain about that, though?
No. I like action peppered into the story, if you will.
Yes, exactly.
Instead of all chunked at the end.
Yeah, because that gets a little exhausting at times for me.
Man.
That last part, the whole action sequence leading up to Zod's death, is a little long-winded.
It's long, but I wasn't bored. I loved it. I wasn't bored like I've been in other action movies.
Michael says the fight scene lacked drama for him, and I can see that.
Actually,
exactly.
it was more dramatic with the chick. Can't remember the character's name. Between her and that, was it a general?
Yeah.
Yeah, the general.
Okay, the general.
Or no, that was the colonel.
The
Chris
colonel.
Maloney.
Okay, I was going to say the
Colonel's
wrong
private,
term.
remember?
No, not that girl.
No, because
Chris Maloney's character, the colonel.
Anywho, just that little bit of they were going to square off, they didn't. And then he said, this is a good death. Like, that was dramatic. I enjoyed that. That was satisfyying.
That was satisfying. The return of that, quote coming back at
Can
him.
you highlight Freddie's comment? Because I think he's asking a really good question. It's up a little bit above. Up a little more. There you go. Omar, who would you prefer hug you at the end of your climactic fight? Jason Momoa or Chris Hemsworth? I think Momoa, Momoa. Like,
a hug? Yeah, I could agree.
Chris Hemsworth. I got hugged by Chris Hemsworth. I would want to be hugged by Chris
What
Hemsworth.
if I don't want to let go, though? Like, I don't
It's a good big chest, then it feels good.
And he takes me in the water, and I'm like, I can't swim that way. Please don't drown me.
It'll be like Splash. He'll breathe into your mouth and you can breathe.
You.
That's
Are you fanficking Splash? No, man. Stop fanficking.
I always fanfic.
Did Matthew answer me? Did he like Ragnarok? I was curious if you got to answer me.
Matt, you said Matt Simpson, it's not a comic, it's interpretation of a myth. I really like that. I read, this is not my own thought, but about how it's not a comic book movie, but about first contact with aliens. And once I saw it through that kind of lens, I was like, oh yeah, I like it that way.
Even when they come, when Zod is talking to everybody on television, he has that mask
creepy.
on.
That
and
was
it's
creepy.
like, you are not alone in the
that's
universe.
alien
Like,
stuff.
it's really cool.
It was really cool. I like that
and
scene
in
as
a
well.
creepy kind of way. So, yeah. You know what I wish? In a perfect world, I wish for like a blend of this and Superman Returns. Because I feel like Superman Returns had a lot of heart, but not enough action. And maybe this had too much action,
that's a good point.
but it lacked some heart. Not saying that it didn't have any.
Yeah, it was a little too
maybe like a good mix of both would be a perfect Superman movie. So, anything else that you ladies want to talk about?
About this movie?
About Henry Cavill or Chris Hemsworth? Yes, this movie.
Do I have another gift?
Yeah, you got like
1,000
here.
gifts. Play them.
I know.
Something else.
Oh, here's the fight scene. I forgot. There's some punching. There's some punching.
Mm-hmm.
There's some punching
punch.
destruction. There's Superman.
Yes. Yes.
That is so horrible.
Yes.
It's actually the best.
All right.
Why?
Because that is the best gift of the planet.
I kept that gift. That's an amazing. So what would you two give this movie out of 10? And for anybody that has seen this in the chat and watching it later, what would you all give this out of 10? Ladies first. What would you give this out of Chris Hemsworth?
I will do that right now. Do I have a shirtless?
How do you
7.
not have
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10?
This one.
Wow, okay. That is not shirtless. Do you know the definition of shirtless?
That's the only one I got.
Are you going to leave that up the whole time again?
Yes.
I have nope.
Yes, just missing me. It's okay.
1 out of 10, 6 out of 8. Get that out of there. 6 out of 10. Go back to the chat. I'm just curious.
Michael.
They're giving the rating.
Okay, we've got a 7.5. Oh, Jack says 100 out of 10. 9 out of 10, 7, 1
out of 10.
Oh, Ancient
not
1,
like it.
0.
Did
Did not like it.
What would you give it, Amanda?
I would give this a 7.5 out of 10.
All right, you got to one up my wife. 7.5.
Like, no, I just
You're
said.
so free to use decimals. That's what I do all the time.
How many shirtless Henry Cavills would you rate this? I would rate this.
Well,
out
she
of,
doesn't
like,
know the definition of shirtless
Yeah.
yet.
No. Out of how many shirtless Cavills? Like 10 shirtless Cavills?
Honestly, I'm with you guys. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm like 7.5. 7.5 out of 10, I think, is a pretty good rating for this movie. It was a lot of fun. I didn't get a lot of the hate that people have for it.
Yeah,
and so
I mean,
to answer the question, was it really that bad? Hell no.
No, it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't bad at all.
I think the reason it's people have, and this is what we have to get out of our heads when we look at comic movies. Movies are different than the original IP, correct? So people have an idea of what they see in the comics, and they come to expect a certain thing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for. Yeah, I appreciate. Thank you for
your
even
thought is
taking
amazing.
my
Your thought is amazing.
for anything. Let's just get to that point. Hold on a second.
But no,
Right there.
but you, Amanda, you got to think though. And we'll come back to that because that is a good point you made. Because I have a counter argument for that.
They would.
Nothing against Russell Crowe, but Christopher Reeve is.
May he rest in
It's Christopher Reeve for a split second when he was punching the beam of
Yeah,
the
they overlaid Christopher Reeve's face on top of Cavill's face. I thought that was really cool. Like, I guess it's a symbol of hope.
Yeah.
So you said something that reminded me. But more people go watch these movies that don't read comics, that don't even have a clue.
So then they expect.
So they expect a typical hero story.
That's not dark.
Like they don't care.
This is.
'Cause, I mean, let's face it.
Marvel's not that dark.
Comic book movies in general do better not because of the comic book fan base, but because everybody is watching this franchise.
Yeah.
Everybody is watching this new movie genre.
Yes.
Not just comic book fans.
It's true.
Comic book fans make a small, sadly, percentage
of the people who watch these films.
Yeah, and even us, comic book fans, we go in with an open mind. I went to go see Green Lantern, and that movie still sucked. That was bad. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. And yes, Christopher Reeve had passed away by then.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
He passed away, I think, while Smallville
was going on.
Yeah, because he played a small role in Smallville.
Exactly.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Babies, Awesome Gamer's asking, what's your rating?
Oh, 7.5 out of 10. Sorry about that. Thought I gave it.
You did.
I think you did kind of halfway through our
7.5.
7.5.
7.
So, yeah, we're pretty much on the same
It's a
page.
good movie. It was fun. I'd watch it again. I own it on Blu-ray, so.
Hey, you took out my Sailor Moon Blu-ray and just stuck it on the table without taking
It's
care
Sailor
of it.
Moon.
Maverick. More people are interested in the movies. I think it's
Absolutely.
a little bit easier to access the movies right from the get-go than comics. As a fairly new comic enthusiast, it is a lot easier to get into the movies first because they're widely available. There's not as many. There's origin stories, but not as many as
You're not bogged down.
You're not bogged down by where should I start. And if you don't have a friend like Omar, it could be very difficult.
Where to start reading, what
Yeah.
origin, like who is this Batman? Then again,
And even then, you still have issues because, So.
I wonder if people get confused, like non-comic book readers, when they go into a movie and like they see Spider-Man and they're like, "Oh, why is he a new Spider-Man? What happened to the other Spider-Man by Sam Raimi?" Like that don't keep up, like you do, right?
That don't keep up with them. I was like, how are they
muggles,
not? It's all
muggles
over
that
the
don't
place.
keep up with the directors and actors.
I honestly
like,
don't think
how do they
do.
react? I'm thinking of like my friend Matt's wife.
Well,
I don't think they would though.
if you don't keep up, I don't think you would care that it was
If
a
it was a
different.
different-
Oh, right. I guess you
like
wouldn't care.
you'd be like, okay.
Yeah, because think about different, the character Jack Ryan. How many different iterations and different actors have played Jack Ryan?
That's the word.
Only
I was looking
two.
for. Iterations.
Yeah. Okay, well.
Only 2 count. No, I'm just kidding.
No, what are you talking about? You have.
Don't you bring up Jim from The Office?
Yes, Jim the Office. There's 2 seasons of it. It's not like a failed thing. No, 3. Him, Chris Pine. Chris Pine played him.
Like,
Didn't
you're making my wife have an anxiety attack.
Didn't Tom Cruise play him as well? And Kevin Costner? No, Harrison Ford.
Who? Harrison Ford. Yes.
There's been a lot of actors who play Jack Ryan. They don't. At the end of the day, typical Oh, good. Great, Carla.
I got my little daughter. She's 8, and she has the plushies, and she takes them, and we have to act out the scenes while we watch it. I'm so happy.
Yeah, this is a Sailor Moon house here.
So
James
happy.
Bond is another example.
Yeah, James Bond.
But that's more of the character, though, of Bond, right? Like
even Doctor Who. I know people who aren't really nerds who watch Doctor Who, and they are okay with the actor changing over time. Like, it's not a thing. They're used to it.
Can you highlight Herminio's Reyes Jr.?
No,
Omar, my wife would kill me if I mistreat her Sailor Moon movie Blu-ray. I'll be sleeping on the couch.
For real, you expect me to take good care of your shit, and you put my
You call my stuff shit? No. There's a difference. You know I love Sailor Moon.
Treat those discredit. Yeah, it's better.
That's what it feels like, Amanda.
What?
To argue in front of people.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Amanda almost assaulted Melanie. Oh, she gets passionate about Jim from The Office.
I do not get passionate. I just don't like when he doesn't count it as a relevant thing. When he's Mr. Fantastic, we'll have other words.
Oh, I can't wait until Emily Blunt is cast and they cast someone else as Mr. Fantastic. And Amanda's going to be like, I hate you. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me for a week. And that's how that's going to go down. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to start a fight. You're good, brother. You're good.
Oh, I will finish him.
Honestly, it might be better to not know what's happening behind the scenes.
It's a good point.
You mean here on the show?
Here, right now?
Or you mean
Or in general?
Man of Steel? Man of Steel.
Does Omar make you sign a legal agreement? Yes. You wouldn't let me touch your absolutes for like years.
Why do you gotta tell that story?
Because you're such a
He
jerk.
just let me borrow his Silver Surfer Black.
That's a Treasury edition.
Treasury.
Man, those
He
are
don't care about that.
absolutes.
Probably. There's many a times that Omar is about to get.
Y'all
beat
don't
up on me.
even know how close he comes to punching me.
Fun time.
In the movies.
In the movies.
Yeah, we knew what you meant.
Yes, Martha.
That was like a good impersonation.
Hey, go to Awesome
Kick him
Gamer.
out, Melanie.
Why are we kicking me out, guys? I thought y'all were on my side. It's Uncanny Omar. Damn it.
Hey, Omar, I'm sure you read Flashpoint, and for older and new reader, could you do that?
Yeah, we totally
At
could.
some point, yeah.
We haven't read any Flash. We need to do that.
We have actually
I
not.
really need to keep a chart of when we read. Everything is in my head.
We
and
just
I'm so
peacefully-
bad.
We need a
Take people's suggestions
secretary.
and start
We need a
blanding
secretary.
it.
I do need a secretary.
He needs an intern. I keep telling him.
I do need an intern. Do I get to choose her?
Him?
Melanie, can I choose an intern?
Nope.
Like 19-year-old
No,
intern?
it's gonna be like the kid that looks like the young Dwight Schrute in the like last couple seasons of.
You going back to Jim's office again, Amanda? You gotta go back to that? No. I'm gonna give me an intern like
Yeah,
Christina
he
Hendricks.
can't kick people out of the stream tonight.
Oh,
He's kind of stuck.
No, I
No.
kick Maddie and Amanda out all the time for not agreeing with me.
You could.
I could build a house with all these
Just by
boys, bro.
selling them all, he'll build their own
I
house.
ain't selling shit.
Will DD Born Again get an older new reader? I'm sure it's
We should, yeah. We should go back to do some Frank Miller stuff, like the first appearance of Elektra and all that. That would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
Actually, it was after I had 2 children and let me read the absolutes.
Well, you've earned your, your stay. I mean, you can't touch my absolutes.
That's what
until-
Michael said.
That's pretty much what it was. The hell's, why would you marry me?
I don't freeze as much because we don't have my internet going off and there's no storm tonight. So that's why. I don't freeze as much because I'm just in one room.
Excuse
Good
Awesome
question.
Gamer wants to know, what are good comics to read that you recommend?
All right, so you pick one, Melanie. You pick one, Amanda. And I'll
Oh
pick one.
my gosh.
Come on, you've only been on old reader, new reader for 2 years. I'm sure you can pick
know.
one.
I want to pick one that I haven't said before.
Okay, I mean, we always talk about Red Sonja by Gail Simone, so it's definitely one that you should read. I love Fantastic Four by Hickman, so that's always one I would suggest. I don't know, any
Just look behind you.
any Jason
Look
Aaron
behind
is
Jason.
fantastic. I love Jason Aaron's Doctor Strange.
Annihilation. We just read
Annihilation, because it's almost sold out. I don't know why we would even
It's
suggest
sold
it.
out, man. That's crazy.
Wait, but that's bad for people who didn't buy it.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sure it'll come back somehow. I was gonna suggest the Duck comic books by Don Rosa.
We brought that up yesterday too.
Did we?
Yeah, what are you going to suggest,
Oh,
Melanie?
what a great suggestion!
something. It's like, wait, I can't get straight. There we go. My favorite thing is monsters.
Who wrote
this
it?
book.
I just saw Alison Bechdel on the back giving him
Emil Ferris. So it is drawn on. Oh, can I get it to look? Yeah, you can see the lines of the notebook paper.
It's a really cool way of doing it.
So she draws herself as a monster, and it's basically an autobiography. And it's awesome. It's such a good story. So I suggest, there we go. Focus it. Yeah, I really suggest this. It looks like doodles on notebook paper.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It's very, it's a heavy read. Lots of dialogue, lots of narration to read. So.
Yep, Tom the Fish. That is my favorite thing is Monsters, brother. It's a good book. There was a sequel coming out, but for some reason it's been delayed.
Aww.
Like the second one has been delayed.
Oh man, Michael, he said I read Kanto. Not a fan of Kanto? Okay.
Dude, I loved Kanto. And wait a minute. But you didn't like killing, and you said Maddie didn't like killing. I don't think you are the Michael that I thought you were.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I would ever suggest the Dark Phoenix Saga Mushroom Classic, but you're right, it is comedic when I talk about it.
She's not allowed to ever mention that again. Social distancing went down the drain. Nah.
In our
I haven't seen my friends. I've just seen...
Family.
Yeah. I finally got to see my
brothers.
brothers.
I am getting to go get my hair done this Friday.
Oh,
so
I ain't seeing her again for another week or two.
Those roots will be gone.
All those gray roots are gone?
They're not gray. I don't have any gray hair.
Really?
Yep. My family doesn't go gray for a long time, so I've got a little bit of time left. My mom was almost 50 by the time she went gray.
And that's science. That's the codex.
Is that going to be him reshooting those scenes where they had to CGI the
I hope they reshoot him with him
mustache?
With a beard on.
Because that's... Where did Melanie go?
She's leaving the show.
Oh. Blackest Night is... Yes, that's the one that... I don't think I've read it, but...
We need to... Go to Cross. Cross? Is that Cross? Is that your Cross?
No, it's not my husband.
Oh.
My husband called.
So this is a good question. One has to go because I played this with Amanda yesterday. She got a little heated.
I did. What did we say had to go?
I said Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Harry Potter.
Oh, that was on
Monday,
and I said Star Wars.
And I said Harry Potter. You're like, why would Harry Potter have to go?
And because your daughter's like, Harry Potter, I like Harry Potter. I don't care if you like Harry Potter.
Why are you yelling at my daughter?
In your life?
She's 10 years old. So one has to go. X-Men.
Wait, I want to know, Tom, how old do you think I am? Okay, sorry. Go back to that one.
She doesn't have grays, guys. I'm just kidding. She is.
I just want to know how old he thinks I am, but keep going.
One has to go. X-Men, Avengers, or Justice League. God bless, man. What a hard question.
That's a really hard question.
I'm gonna go. I hate to say this, but I'm gonna go with Avengers. And I know that means that we wouldn't have Infinity War, we wouldn't have Iron Man, but they would have found something else.
Yes.
They would have found something else.
That makes sense.
But
I'm okay with that.
To me, the best stories are X-Men, and Justice League has had some phenomenal stories.
Matthew.
Clearly 23.
Rick, you're very close to that. Yeah. So are you, Michael.
About 10 years off. Right.
Oh, awesome, gamer! I'm glad you love the Dark Phoenix Saga. It just definitely was not for me.
Yeah.
Or Maddie.
And
and Maddie were just not fans of that.
And that's the beauty of
story
books, like it, just like every.
And to be fair, I didn't like any movie that they've done a version of the Dark Phoenix Saga. So I'm just thinking it's not good.
I don't think anybody has liked any of the movies they've done with the Dark Phoenix Saga.
Okay, Rob D. We know that's not true. So, but I appreciate it, but we don't have much.
Oh, I remember when I was teaching freshmen, and I'd make them guess, and then I'd be, it's just being silly. I was like, I'm 65 years old, and they're so cute. When a couple would be like, really?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm 65.
Okay, Oscar, you're aging me up. Stop aging me up.
Yeah, add about another 10 years.
Shut up.
Oh, Andrew M.
Andrew
M.
What?
The anime series did the Dark Phoenix Saga correctly.
Yeah, the 90s X-Men, they did.
But again, they have more time to build up to it as an animated series versus a one-shot movie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That helped.
You know what did it good? The original story in the comic books. It was perfect.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah, all that's accurate. You're right, Mushroom Classic. That's it.
Sure.
Okay, we do want to do is we will have a vote at one point for the worst. We'll have you guys vote between the worst rated Batman movies.
Maddie wants to join us for that one, too.
Because she has some strong feelings about some of those Batman movies from the 90s, so.
That's intriguing.
This is true. Double mandate, yes, exactly what you have to do.
Y'all some bad mathematicians.
Tom, I appreciate it. I'm
You
not
talking about me,
25.
Tom, or her? 'Cause
I wish.
25?
I have 10 good years on Tom
but
Holland.
sweetie,
so.
I have a thing for older men.
Yeah,
so
I
it's all
don't.
good.
I don't. Except for, well, I do. Oh God, that's really hard. I can't answer that question.
Oh, yes,
You're
do
in a boat.
it, do it,
It's
Amanda.
you,
Do it.
Tom, and Henry in a
Come on
boat.
now.
You can only save one.
Like, Henry
It's
Cavill
sinking.
wants to
What's
fall
she
on
do?
top of you. Or Tom Holland, you have to catch Tom Holland's fragile body. Come on, Amanda.
I don't
One
know.
has to go.
It's really
Can I pick?
hard.
Okay, if you don't pick, I'll pick for you.
Omar does this to our children.
All the time.
He's like, Mommy and Poppy are in the boat. You have to pick one.
Tom
and
Holland
it's sinking.
has so much more to go though in life.
Does he though? I think he's peaked. He's
Okay.
peaked.
No, maybe he has.
oh my gosh.
Maybe Henry Cavill because he could probably lift me up and get me to safety. So
I just
Logic. That's how you-
texted Tom Holland that you gave him up, and he gave me a frowny face. I don't know what that means. Millennial talk. Man, you gave up Tom Holland like that.
Yeah, I think the only reason they have those two X-Men movies is because HBO still has the license to them for a while, but as soon as those licenses expire, Disney will pull those back and throw them on Hulu or wherever they plan on throwing them, so it's just right now. Because Omar asked me, he's like, wait, why do they have Aliens on HBO Max? That's Fox. I was like, because they probably already had a licensing agreement to stream it on HBO until a certain point.
That's how she talks down to me. Mm-hmm.
So we can't get rid of
This
it on
is through
HBO Max.
text.
It's the
You're
same.
gonna knock over his beer. Is what
Oops,
you're
sorry.
gonna do.
And this is through text.
It's
Is
the
that why
same.
you put it back here?
That's why I put it back there. It's the same
The
reason.
chat warned me. They were like, Omar, move your beer.
Did they really?
Hey, you got.
Oh my god, I love it. You're right. Holland would try to save me. Oh, I love it.
Guys, that's the characters, not the actors. Like, there is a difference. If the
I
house
would
on
say it was
fire,
absolute,
you say-
obviously. They're worth more money.
You absolutely save Omar, you. Both of you.
I think it's my question, right?
Oh, I don't know.
What the hell are you
I don't know
answering?
if we were both in the house, but is it your... Who'd you save? The
Omar.
absolute? Oh, really?
All right.
How much are you worth dead?
Same question, Amanda.
Oh my gosh,
If you're in the
Amanda,
house,
don't say
do I save you or my absolutes? I save my damn absolutes.
No!
Her mom had COVID, remember? All right.
That's right. Doom Patrol, and it is on, and the actual show.
Whoa, Doom Patrol Season 2?
Yeah, it comes out.
Are you
next
serious?
month. Yeah, we talked about this
we gotta
already.
talk about that HBO thing, Amanda. We gotta talk about that HBO thing.
Henry Cavill. I don't know if I
Yeah, Tom's
Me
a
and
power bottom. I don't think he... What kind of question is that? I love that question.
Yes, and you're right about that, DBZ. It's just the same reason why New Mutants cannot go to Disney Plus, or can't even. That's why it can't even be released just to VOD, video on demand. They have to release.
Is
in
that what it
theaters.
means?
Yeah, VOD's video on demand. Yeah.
Oh, what was the anime, the old school stuff? OVA. Oh,
Original video animation.
They're so cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't.
Hey, we have
Spectrum didn't
Spectrum.
tell us that because I have Spectrum and they
I've
did
got
not inform
Spectrum.
me.
Jordan. Yes, I guess I do have a southern accent. It is Kentucky.
Yeah, I think.
Both of them are from Texas.
No, she's from Kentucky. But
I've always
what's
lived in
funny about
Kentucky.
that is, my
When I get
family.
excited, I'm like,
Yes, you
"La,
talk
la, la,"
the real.
with a
You
southern
have
accent.
you have some slang. Cause
Both of you do.
yeah, but I'm not from Kentucky. But I just
Neither-
adapted.
Neither am
I
I.
assimilated to the culture, and my
yeah.
family, when they come from PA, they're like, "Wow, man, you have a real Southern accent sometimes." And I think it's
I
just
blame my country students.
no, I just blame all the
I
people.
blame them.
My family,
I
Melanie.
mean, but why is it bad?
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Well, because like news people, they all have like the northern accent. There, it's like there is no
right,
accent.
yeah.
That is what they use.
Yeah.
And even those who have like, even if you're in the South, you tend to formulate to that or assimilate to that accent, even if you're on the news, because it's there's no lilt, there's nothing that way you can clearly understand the. I don't know why I'm talking about this right now, guys.
I love accents and listening to.
Is anybody going to ask me
It's
who I
only
want
bad.
Tom Henry Cavill?
All right, listen, I'm bringing you in the conversation
Okay.
because of my country accent and talking fast, quickly. you can't understand what I'm saying.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Like-
Sometimes I have a hard time understanding what you're saying.
That Latin dance is pretty hard.
Well, the latest one was we were playing Dungeons and Dragons, and you're like, I'm a widow.
No, that's everyone thought she was a widow. And what did you really?
You said it was a
I'm a
wood
wood
elf.
elf.
A wood elf. But we
I'm a
all
wood
kept
elf.
saying she said widow.
And,
Wood elf.
and I
She
was
said
like,
no. You said widow. Though.
Widow.
I don't know what the hell that meant. There's some good questions.
Thank
Can't
you.
put R-rated movies on Disney Plus. Probably why they didn't
that's-
let them license till they get. That's from Iron
It's
Will.
up here.
It's a good point. So I was wondering about Aliens since it's a Fox thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, eventually they're gonna have to. All right.
Did you see what Warner Brothers did with pulling the licenses for all the Harry Potter films to make sure they were all there on launch day? They were able to, I guess, negotiate to get all the Harry Potter movies.
No, did you?
Yeah, I read about it, but
Hey,
I already own them all.
Go up and hit Candace's comment.
What's
An episode of Amanda imbibing energy caffeine.
what's
Do you
imbibing?
drink those?
Drinking.
Do you drink those, Amanda?
I've
Imbibing.
never heard that word before.
Imbibe.
Thanks,
I never
Candace.
heard
I've learned a new
titulating.
word. Imbibing. I want to start using that. And people
I'm
be
gonna
like,
start
what are
using
you saying?
titulating more.
That's right.
Titular. Titular.
Yes, you're right. That is true. I used to go to school in
Water-
Philadelphia, Warsh and Wada.
Oh,
Or
dude.
no,
Warsher here in Kentucky.
in Wada. We called it Wada
Eel?
in
Eel?
Philadelphia.
Eel? Oil is eel? I can't do that.
Eel?
I
Yeah.
can't, I can't say iron.
How do you say the- how do you s-
iron? Iron.
Iron? How do you say the
Iron.
word about what comes from animals that's
Milk?
white? How do you say it?
Milk.
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 Eel. And
Why are you saying milk?
I say milk. I don't know. I've always said milk.
How do you say bagels?
Bagels?
All right, Omar, it's Spanish. How do you say bagels?
We don't have
You
shit
don't
like
have
that in
bagels. You don't have
Peru.
ketchup. You don't have
We
pizza.
got
you don't
llamas,
have-
Kui, and resurrection
I've-
sacrifices.
Jack Pierre, man, yes, I've been to Baltimore. I actually interviewed for a job in Baltimore because it's very close to where I went to school, which is Philadelphia. And there was like a marketing position right out of college that I had applied for down there. And we used to take trips to the National Aquarium in the harbor for field trips when I was younger because I'm from Pennsylvania, Harrisburg area originally. And so...
What's your social security number again? You can give
No,
these
I'm
people?
just, he asked questions. So I've been to Baltimore many times. Yes.
You know, Melanie and
That's
I just
actually
went
where
to
we-
Baltimore last year,
Yeah.
Jack. But I don't know if you give a shit about the two other people on the chat, but that's okay.
But that's where
okay.
we fly. Whenever I go visit my family,
We're
it's
not
Hey,
Instagram
hey,
friends.
Ron. Hey, Ron.
Aaron. It's cheaper to fly into Baltimore than to like fly into Philadelphia or Harrisburg or anything. So my parents would just drive the hour down, pick me up, and there we go. So
Go to Larry's comment.
Larry.
That's right there. I just tuned into the serving, sex talking beer. Is there a connection?
Hey, Larry, I like your icon.
Yeah,
So
like your-
random.
Larry's a stand-up guy.
Is he? That's classy.
He is a classy
That's
dude.
Wind
Yeah.
in the Willows?
That
is that Larry's
it
that
looks
Wind in
like
the Willows?
The frog from Wind in the Willows, Mr. Toad.
Tell us.
Is it?
Reminds me of my daddy.
Oh, here you go, Omar. Michelle Pfeiffer in the Catwoman suit or Scarlett Johansson in the Black Widow outfit.
Like, are we playing video games all night long? What are we doing?
Surprise.
Black Widow. But Halle Berry in the Catwoman suit. Oh, you can't
I
deny
don't
she
think
was hot, though.
she could be-
No, she looked a little odd.
Nice. Are you really Professor Michael? Why don't you want me to fact check that?
Does
I mean, I could
KFC
say I'm a
taste better in
professor,
Kentucky?
too.
I
Jack
really don't
always
eat KFC
asks that.
often.
No, it does not.
In Japan, the Colonel was dressed up like in Japanese garb over the statue. It was pretty cool
Yeah.
outside the restaurant.
It was a different take on the Colonel.
Yeah, I really don't like KFC too much. Well, we went to the place that started, right? The KFC museum.
Oh, yeah, we went to the very first
Because
Kentucky
we
Fried
just
Chicken.
needed to. We didn't
Eat.
go there on purpose. It was just we needed to stop and eat. Hey, let's go to the first place KFC was.
Awesome
And
gamer. Yeah, that's a good question.
It's pretty.
What is your guys' least favorite MCU movie? Iron Man 2.
Yeah,
I didn't even need to. I didn't need to hesitate on that. I watched
Thor
the
2.
least.
Wait, is it Iron Man 2 or 3 where he is battling depression?
3 is where he battles the depression.
Okay, because that's a good message.
I
Right?
love 3. It has Ty Simpkins, little Iron Lad. I love Iron
Why
Man
are
3.
you calling him the Little Iron Lad? He never donned the Iron Man outfit.
Because one day he will.
You're making up false
I'm gonna.
memories.
No, if I will it into existence, it'll happen.
Is this how you see life?
Yes.
Thor 2, Dark World. Oh, that was horrible.
Wait, Mushroom Classic is saying Mr. Toad. Did what's his name answer the question about it being
Larry?
From Wind in the
If
Willows.
it's Mr. Toad, then it's from Wind in the Willows.
Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all I want to know. You know, I think I read half of that. Anywho.
Yes. Tiny Little Iron Lad is a great name for him.
It's a man. His name for him.
Jack is baiting you.
Oh, please hit that, Melanie.
Jack
Hit
is
it. We haven't done it today.
Which
We haven't
one?
done- Oh, Jack Pierce.
This one, I
Yeah.
know.
not
Homecoming
good.
and Far From Home are not good.
Yeah,
I love,
know.
like, we're talking about different movies, and he makes that statement every time.
He makes it every
and
time.
I always make
I'm
Amanda
so impressed.
highlight it.
Jordan.
They
we do. Well,
They
so
understand
the story,
Spanish.
what's the short version of it is I love taking Spanish in high school and college. I like the homework. It was fun. And I got a book. I was going to really learn it. And then I actually had the baby and that fell to pot. So, is that like a Kentucky phrase? It
Yeah,
fell to
no,
pot?
it's what it is.
No one knows what you're talking
I
about.
know. If I said, and Bob's your uncle, that's British.
Only the British
Anyway,
people would know.
Anyway, so they do understand it. I wish they knew more. I will push them to take it in middle school. So.
Okay.
Do we have a Spanish study group? If only if Donald Glover and Danny Pudi could be in it, I would have one.
Chevy
You should
Chase.
just say,
I want Chevy Chase.
Go up and
race his butt in there.
Write my click on my boy Omar Reyes Jr. How would you rate the Crow
I've never
movie?
seen any of them.
you know what? I need to watch it because my mom loves
Your mom loves the Crow.
I've never seen any of them, Omar.
Honestly,
that.
if it wasn't finished, right? Like, we all know the story. Brandon Lee got shot, so they didn't finish it the way that they wanted it to. They had to reuse shots. So, I mean, it's not really fair to rate it, but I'd probably like a 6.5, 6.
We'll have to watch them at some point.
Was it really? Yeah, I just remember Mom loving it. Wasn't there like a series afterwards?
So my husband would say.
I think she got like the trading cards.
So Annie Edison?
Yeah.
Annie's boobs Edison?
Andy Boobs, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Edison?
Favorite non-Marvel and DC.
Wait, sorry. Okay. Annie's boobs. How did they make them so small and
Glow?
She's been losing weight, I think, is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Remember when you lose weight,
I don't
your
know if
boobs
you knew
grow.
that or not, but when women lose weight, they lose boobs.
Yeah, because if you look
They
on her,
lose boobs first.
if you look on her Instagram,
That's the first way to go.
It is.
Y'all didn't know we were gonna have that conversation.
The only
today.
reason is that because Glow, right? The ad for Glow shows up on Netflix, and then I'm like,
Yeah, like if you
boobs are
look at her
bigger.
right there, they're not that. I mean, that's her in
I mean,
sports.
she has to
She's
get
not that
super
big.
fit for that role, though.
Yeah,
Like,
she does. I mean,
Yeah.
no, you should watch her. Like,
so no judgment. I'm just
She's
saying. I was like,
phenomenal.
wait, I thought they were bigger. No judgment.
Do you know anyone that could paint a
She got
bathroom?
super fit. Original.
oh,
1990.
favorite. We have to answer this question. Favorite non-Marvel and DC superhero.
Oh, yeah.
comic
Oh
book.
yeah.
Oh, it's so hard because I always know there's movies that are comic books, and I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
go
what
with
to
Sin
say.
City. I love Sin City. I think it was great.
I need to look at books. I can't remember.
Do y'all want me to name y'all some?
Yeah, start talking about some.
Yeah, wait.
I'm trying to remember.
Gosh, I don't know.
Wait,
American...
I kill monsters. I kill giants.
I Kill Giants. That's a good one. Good choice.
Yeah, I kill giants.
Amanda, you got
Yeah.
this.
I don't
Come on,
know.
think,
Most of
think.
the ones I like are actual novels, not comic books.
What about?
I'm sure there
do you
are
like,
some.
Do you like?
Start thinking about
what's it called?
Pursuit of Happiness. Is
no,
that what you're gonna say?
No, the Tom Hanks movie, Road to Perdition. Did you like that?
Yes, I liked Road
Comic
Perdition, but I would
book.
say that's my favorite.
Okay, sorry, my bad. I'm just throwing ideas at you. I didn't know I was going to get yelled at. 300? You like 300?
I like 300 okay, but it's not my favorite.
Oh, damn, Amanda, you're supposed to be coming up with these. Don't judge me.
I don't know.
Ninja Turtles?
What about Mystery Men?
Yeah, Mr.
That
That's
was
a great
a fun movie.
Yeah, it's a great film. I just listened to All Stars the other day.
What about V for
V for
Vendetta?
Vendetta. Oh, V for
V
Vendetta.
for
my
Vendetta is
favorite.
excellent.
The Mask.
Excellent.
The Mask, but V for Vendetta is an excellent film.
That's an excellent
I've
film.
watched that quite a few times. I have. Yeah.
I like the movie more than I did the comic book, and I
I
know
don't
most
get
people
this.
don't agree with me. Man, it was supposed to be giving us themed drinks.
Oh, that's right.
I
I
don't
was
get
gonna do themed drinks.
Oh, what? Like Superman? You needed like
Yeah,
Superman.
we were gonna start doing that. I was really kind of
What
drunk yesterday or last time, but I will do that.
And yesterday.
She did most. Ooh, she also did most of the wrestling stunts. I
Yeah.
think that would be fun.
I think
right?
it would
Like
be
if
too.
you're gonna act,
She's
like go
awesome.
ahead and do all that stuff.
I'm a big fan.
Jupiter Ascending.
I was mixed on the movie.
I didn't see it, but
Was that based on
Anyway.
a comic book?
Steel Starship.
You know, guys, Steel's on HBO Max. So if we need to watch it, now's the time to do it.
I'm gonna put the vote up for between Steel or Supergirl one day.
Yeah, because those two are on HBO Max, so it's a good time for me to watch it.
Let's see. I don't think so. I think it's science fiction.
But it's so
Troopers.
good. I love
but
Starship Troopers is so good.
What was I looking at? Oh, themed drinks.
You were taking selfies.
Oh, if Mask was made into a rated R movie,
Like the comic book. I can see that.
You know, I didn't know it.
All right, everyone. I'm gonna give you the recipe for a Superman shot. Are you ready? So it's
What?
a layers.
No, you're supposed to make it, and we're supposed to drink it.
Okay, well we'll have to start fresh with the Batman one.
Starting fresh with the Batman. Donnie Darko pie, butterfly effect, a pretty solid nod. Well, I think they're not based on. I took it as they're based on comics. The original question.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So would these turn into comics?
No. None of
I see. I got you. Just in general.
Candace wins with Waterworld. That movie gets so much hate. What about The Postman? You like The Postman? You know what I mean? A damn movie about the postman, and now everybody's playing it with what's his name, Daryl from The Walking Dead.
But somebody else mentioned this too. What's that history?
History of Violence is awesome with Viggo.
With Viggo Mortensen. It's a good movie.
It's a good comic book.
That's terrible. Barbed wire. No one voted for
Nobody
it.
voted for that. You guys surprised me. What did they go with?
Catwoman. It was because it was Well, the first time was the Phantom. It was between Barbed Wire, Phantom, and the Stranger. And then the next...
Stranger?
Not the Stranger. The...
What?
Alec Baldwin movie.
The Shadow.
The Shadow.
Not the Stranger. The Stranger would not be a good superhero. Unless you're a Phantom Stranger. Oh, everyone, please leave
Nathaniel.
a like. Thank you,
Thank you, Nathaniel.
Watchmen.
What a great guy.
That's a hard one. Is Watchmen not a superhero movie?
I mean...
I kind of consider
it is. It is. I mean, they're heroes.
It's a hard one for me.
Right? The Minutemen are considered heroes.
Spirit.
Lady Death. Is that the anime? BBC All-Stars?
Howard the Duck should be on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to watch
I'm sure it's gonna be
My
on
wife
our
loves
list.
Howard the
I
Duck.
love that movie. Oh, it scared me as a kid. Oh my god.
There's a weird sex scene in it that doesn't make any sense.
I told you that awoken things in me. However,
You ain't never made my ass dress up like a duck.
Oh my gosh, the ending with what's the dude? He was in Beetlejuice. What's his name? He's the dad in Beetlejuice.
Oh, I don't
was in
remember
Ferris
that.
Bueller's
He's always
Day
creepy.
Off.
He's always like.
I can't remember.
Anyway, like an alien's possessing him, and I got scared. I was
my
like,
gosh.
watching it or something. I don't know.
No.
Green Hornet. We've put Green Hornet up there.
We have put
GBC
Green
All
Hornet.
Star said the anime.
Yes,
LOL.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah, the anime, dude. Jack Pierre.
boy.
You got
Field
my love
of Dreams.
back. Field of Dreams. I know it's not a comic book, but it's a classic. Thank you so
turn it
much.
into a comic book.
We're
and then I like it more.
We're gonna review Field of Dreams. Hellboy 2019.
No, he's just trying.
Jack, you just said that the Rocketeer is excellent. That dude went on. That dude went on to direct.
Green Hornet with a buff Seth Rogen.
That movie made no sense.
Sky High.
Oh, I love Sky High.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
And I like Scott
Look at
Pilgrim
all
versus the
these
World too. That was a
good
great
movies.
movie.
Yeah, but
I
enjoyed it.
I like the
it was
director.
a $5 bid at Walmart. Well, that means more people can
The Blu-ray,
like it.
dude? Why am I
No, it was probably
excited?
DVD.
Why am I excited?
Omar, Unbreakable. Come on now. Oh, yeah, that's one to watch.
I
He
swear.
will be so pissed watching it.
There.
Okay, what's worse, Cats or Unbreakable?
Oh, no. I mean, Cats by far.
Okay,
But
well then you can watch
There,
Unbreakable.
there's a list of
Cats
10
is the
movies
worst
that I have sworn that I would never watch again. Unbreakable is one of them. I know people love them. I'm
pretty sure Cats is up there too now.
I'm sure everybody in the chat loves Unbreakable, but me, I that was not for me.
Well, I know. Thank you, Great Garlu. Thanks. I need his name. What's his name?
Did I like Split? I also did not like Split because of that ending.
Shoot. I'm losing the Judge Dredd.
You're losing your sobriety.
I'm losing it. No, I told you.
Yeah,
Dude, Judge
are.
Dredd with
Dredd
Carl
was Carl
Urban
Urban.
was freaking excellent.
Carl Urban's a great actor.
Oh, he said it was Blu-ray.
Oh, wow.
I'm
That's
going
impressive.
back to Walmart when it.
No, it was on Amazon.
Oh, on Amazon. Are you buying it right now?
No, I'm not buying it right now.
Spawn. So yeah, what do you all want to see next week? Do you all want to see? Do you all want to watch along with us the Batman, the worst
The
Batman
90s
movies?
Batman, which will all be the 90s ones. So
Or-
let's
Are you saying watch along? That's cool. Like,
Well,
you mean...
They watch and then we do this.
we do this?
Yeah. That's the
I
premise.
thought you meant like it's showing. Do people do that? Like,
They can do a watch
watch
party.
it in the watch party?
YouTube
Oh.
pulled our video down when we did Thor, and it's just comic books.
Really? Oh.
Not the movie, the comic book.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Yeah.
They.
Would you all rather see the
Shamalonga-ding-dong.
worst rated MCU movies like Iron Man
or
Thor?
Great
Guy Garlu. I will go pick that up. So yeah,
let us know.
I'm partial to Howard the Duck. That's an awesome.
And you're right. Incredibles is the closest thing we've got to a good Fantastic Four
it's
movie.
the best Fantastic Four movie.
It really is what it is. But yeah, let us know what you guys want to do for next week. Omar will put the poll up on Sunday.
I will put the poll up on
The
Sunday.
poll.
And yeah, it should be a good time.
It should be.
Powerpuff Girls. Not Powder Puff.
I always
call them Powder
No,
Puff
it's
too.
it's Power.
They're also on HBO Max. HBO
Okay.
Max is really a fantastic app,
Can I
guys.
get that code?
Powerpuff Girls.
Can I get that code?
No,
Can I get that
and
code?
no, you and Jack Pierre are not getting my HBO.
Signs.
You put me in the same boat as Jack Pierre.
We'll deal with it off the air.
Off
I don't
the
want Jack to know.
You gonna cheat on Jack? Okay.
Yeah, Jack wants to
Fury-
know about my opinion of the. I can already tell you my
because
summary.
I want to hear
of
Amanda
it.
Summer's Henry
mustache.
Cavill's mustache.
Oh, I hated Guardians 2. Oh, Thor 2 or Iron Man 3.
You hated Guardians of the
Oh,
Galaxy
she
too?
was reading Jordan.
Oh,
I liked it. Yeah,
Oh,
I thought it was fun. I mean, there were slow
I got to
parts,
see an
but
early
I
screening
think
of it,
it's fun.
so I thought it was.
If I got money for HBO to do that plug, I'd be so happy, DBZ All-Star. But I just like, I mean, the Criterion Collection alone, if you want to watch some great older movies, they have it all. T-Seat, Turner Classic Movies, all of those are on there.
Oh.
They have the
That's
entire Criterion Collection, like all the Kurosawa
Yeah,
films.
I don't know about that. I haven't gone through all of it yet, but
Well, you need to stop watching the OC.
I've just been watching the OC because I was like, what's the first thing I can watch on HBO Max? And I was like, I know, the OC. Because
Well, Matthew thought Guardians 2 was the worst.
Worst.
I
I love the
Would agree.
difference of opinion, man. It's great.
I know.
Philip, my boy Philip, saying Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was way overrated, but I didn't hate it. Wow.
Yeah. It was fun.
That's-
It was just fun.
That's interesting.
What's my movie? My reviews. I wouldn't watch it again, but I
Your
liked it when I
reviews
did.
are always the worst. Like, you always come in 5 minutes before the damn movie's over. You're
Oh,
like,
I do not.
what's happening here? What's this movie about?
No, I did that with Sons of Anarchy. I'm like, he's barely going 35 on his motorcycle. The
No,
cops are
give it away.
chasing.
Nobody has seen it. Maybe they haven't seen it yet. The new Scooby-Doo movie, only Amanda can review that. She rented it instead of buying it.
Who said that?
The G.I. Joe with Channing Tatum was horrible.
Oh,
But G.I. Joe
jeez.
2 was awesome because they killed him off in the first, 5 minutes.
But not that Magic Mike with Channing Tatum. That's a different story.
Yeah, that's a different story. All right, so please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button.
Damn right, Matthew.
OC's on
Get out of
HBO,
here.
I'm
Go
outta
watch
here.
that right
Yeah,
now.
okay, Matthew, you and Amanda, go watch the OC. No, seriously, thank you everybody for joining us. This has been a lot of fun. We love doing this,
Yes.
especially during this quarantine, still lockdown. I know some of y'all are still in lockdown, so it's been fun just to go back and watch some of these movies, and then putting up the poll every Sunday to see what you all vote for. So
We're always surprised, guys, by what you vote for, so.
somebody mentioned Preacher. Tomorrow I will be going over my top 10 favorite Vertigo collected editions. Spoilers, Preacher's on there, of course. Like, subscribe, Amanda.
You want me to do it? Okay.
Hey, do your thing, man.
So I guess we're gonna click on off here. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and remember to follow us on all of our social media channels at @NearMintCon. Remember that we also do have a Patreon, so if you want to support us, check that out. We also have a Redbubble if you want some near mint condition merchandise. And last but not least, remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint. Have a great evening, everyone. We will see you all soon.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, Omar will. And I'll probably see you guys on Tuesday when we do Red Sun on Old Reader, New Reader. So,
Okay.
adios, amigos.
Oh,
Peace out.
look, you didn't even need me to sign off in Spanish. Amanda did it all.
Yeah, there you go.
Stay healthy, stay safe, everybody.
Bye.
Much love. Bye. You gotta click. And then click.
I never had to end the broadcast.